Alright, this is another update where I show you things that have been pressed on vinyl for your viewing pleasure and my showing pleasure and the pleasure of anybody else involved. I have mainly black metal here. There's 3 black metal albums, and then there's one album that is a double album that is not a black metal album that I will get to later, but that'll be the last one I show. But yeah, mainly black metal here, and some sort of black thrash, I guess you could say, but you know what, it's black and something. So, yeah, I guess I should just get started here, because I don't feel like this video should be too long. The first one is, this is Merciless with The Awakening. This is, I believe, the second time this has been pressed, ever. And this is an Osmos pressing. And I do believe that the original was only pressed on CD, if I'm not mistaken. I didn't look this up beforehand. I probably should have. Yeah, that's the back cover there. This album is fucking killer. I pretty much bought it because, I mean, before I bought it, I hadn't heard anything from this before. And when I saw the artwork, and I knew what this was beforehand, I just never listened to it. I saw the artwork, and I was like, hell yeah, I'll be having that. And it was pretty cheap, so this is fucking killer. I absolutely love this album. It's crazy, it's dark, it's chaotic, it's sexy in places. And I'm not sure what this is limited to, but this is on sort of clear vinyl. It's kind of like a non-transparent clear color, which is strange. Strange little labels on this one too, or at least this side. This side of the label is a little bit nicer in my opinion. This is actually the first album. The original was the first album to ever come out on Death Like Silence Productions, which is obviously Euronymous from Mayhem. This is his record label. This was the first thing that ever came out on that record label, Anti-Mosh 001. So I think that's pretty cool. Obviously, there's some other really amazing albums that were super influential albums also came out on Death Like Silence a little bit later, including Mayhem's debut album, De Mysteriis Dom Satanis, and maybe, I don't know, I want to say Death Crush, but I seriously hope I'm not wrong, because that would be embarrassing. Collage of pictures of the band and stuff like that, which is really cool. It's got a little part Mayhem there, which is nice. Yeah, like I said, this is a really, really awesome album. And if you haven't heard it, I would definitely urge you to do so, because it is very, very good. Yeah. So, I don't know if you can still get this through Hell's Headbangers. Like I said, I don't remember the limitation of this. Which is mainly because I don't do research on the necessary things before these goddamn videos. But yeah, that's Merciless with The Awakening. Very, very good shit. Alright, next up is an album from one of the greatest US black metal projects on Earth, or I guess on the United States. This is Leviathan with True Traitor, True Whore. This is some of the best stuff Leviathan has done, in my opinion. I really love this. Tentacle of Horror and The 10th Sublevel of Suicide. All amazing, amazing albums. This is the most recent Leviathan album. Obviously, Leviathan has Scar-Sighted coming out next month. I have already pre-ordered that. And I'm very, very excited for that to arrive, because one song they released from it, I think it was called All Tongues Toward. That fucking song, I've listened to that song so many times, it's like I'm almost tired of it, but I'm still so excited for the album to actually get here. Yeah, and I'm also very excited for that to be pressed on vinyl, because obviously the pre-order was only the CD box set, which I think you can still get. I'm sure you can still get it. It was like $13, so that's nothing. Here's the back. Strange font here. Some of the letters are backwards and shit like that, and you got the Leviathan logo up here. Also, I really, really love this cover. I believe this is probably just Rest's hand, and it's got the AMSG, which is really, really cool. And obviously the Leviathan Moon, which I just love. This is limited. This is limited to 500 copies, and I was so pleased to have seen this was getting a vinyl pressing, but I actually didn't order this until Black Friday, so I've had this for quite a while. And I've played the hell out of it, for sure. Yeah, this album is absolutely terrifying, and it's pressed on one of the neatest looking colors, I think, that I have in my entire collection. I do have another album that looks just like this. I think it's Cattle Decapitation's Homivore. It's pressed on this same sort of black-white swirl. So that's side B, and that's side A. I don't understand the choice of labels here. I think it's strange, but whatever. Still a really, really nice looking record. One of the coolest things I think about this is the story behind the title, and the story being Jeff Whitehead, or Rest, being arrested in 2011 for charges of sexual assault. And he got arrested, but I guess he never got charged, and when that happened, he wrote this album, and the title is influenced from that situation with, you know, his arrest and the accuser and all of that shit. And I think that's very, very awesome. I love when, you know, just titles or artwork have a personal story involved with them. I think that's very cool. And yeah, I really, really look forward to Leviathan's Scar-Sighted that will be out this month, actually. I think it's this month. Yeah, it's February now, so this month. Does it come out in February or March? I don't remember. Either way, it's the time draws nigh for new Leviathan, so that's very, very exciting. Next up is one that I actually showed in my... Best Album of 2014 list. I believe this came in at number 5, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, this is Sargeist with Feeding the Crawling Shadows. And also, I should definitely point out that in that video, I said that this album topped Let the Devil In. And since then, I have actually bought Let the Devil In on CD, and I've listened to it more times than I care to admit. And I totally take back what I said about that album not being as good as this album. That album absolutely annihilates this album. And though this album is amazing, and I stand by it being number 5 on my top 25 of 2014 list, it had that album, had Let the Devil In came out in 2014, that would have been my number 1, hands down. That album is just, it's literally perfect for any situation. Whether you're driving or at work or in bed, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Let the Devil In is a perfect album, and I don't want that album. I need to have that album on vinyl. It's not that easy to find, and whenever you do find it, it's expensive or from a country you've never heard of or something ridiculous like that. But yeah, that album is fucking killer. I genuinely believe that it's perfect. And yeah, but this album, Feeding the Crawling Shadows, is a lot different from Let the Devil In. This album, vocally it's a lot different, musically it's a lot different, atmospherically it's a lot different, production-wise it's a lot different. And I can't say that it's a bad difference. It's not. It's just, I just prefer Let the Devil In. But in terms of atmosphere, this album is a lot scarier. This album is absolutely terrifying. You know, whereas Let the Devil In, the production was cleaner, and there was a lot more melody in the riffs, and I fucking love that album. But this album is just dark and scary and raw as fucking hell, and I love it for that. And like I said, even vocally, it's a lot different. You know, the vocals are a lot more deep and sort of echoey and reverbed out and scary and terrifying and sexy. Yeah, and obviously, I don't even know that I prefer this album cover over Let the Devil In. This album cover is a lot scarier, and, you know, and the album is a lot scarier. But yeah, that's the inside there. Yeah, this guy in the cave here, which the album pretty much sounds like it was recorded in a cave, so that's nice. I won't pick a favorite song on this album because I genuinely believe that they all rule equally. But if I had to say one of my favorite songs on this thing, is obviously the title track is absolutely amazing, along with Kingdom Below and Return of the Rats. Return of the Rats is probably my favorite song on this album, actually. Yeah, that's the back cover, which I think is very nice. It's simple, but it's still manages to be evil. Now, obviously, or unfortunately, rather, I didn't get the red vinyl that was limited to like 100. I got the black vinyl, which was limited to something besides 100. But either way, you know, I don't care. Sargeist is absolutely amazing. Every album they've done is awesome. Sargeist is probably my favorite Finnish black metal band, and even, you know, all the members in Sargeist are made up of members of other fucking amazing black metal bands like Horna and Behexen, and those bands are fucking sexy, and Sargeist is sexy, and I fucking love this shit. So, yeah, that's Sargeist with Feeding the Crawling Shadows, one of the best albums of 2014, hands down, and I seriously look forward to anything else that Sargeist does in the future. Yeah, and I also want to just pick up everything Sargeist has done on Sweet Sweet Vinyl, mainly Let the Devil In, obviously. Okay, that's it for the black metal. It's really a shame. I wish I could just show only black metal, but unfortunately, other genres of music do make it into my collection. One of the genres being just some weird, strange, progressive type weird metal. This is Devin Townsend project with Z2. This is essentially a mirror. Yeah. Hey, you can see there's a Z2 on here. Yeah, this album was another one from last year, and this one did not make it on my end of the year list. Which I wasn't expecting it to by any means, simply because I've never really been a fan of the Devin Townsend project, or really anything that Devin Townsend has done. I know he's been a part of like millions of albums, and he's had the Devin Townsend Band and Strapping Young Lad and whatever the fuck else he's done. But he actually had 3 albums come out in 2014, and 2 of them are these. But I think he had the other one was called Casualties of Cool or something like that. That album was awful. But I did really, really enjoy this album. That's the spine there. It kind of comes in like this weird slip thing. I just took the records out of it. But yeah. And this is, like I said earlier, this is a double album. First album being Dark Matters, and the second one being Sky Blue, or I don't think there's an actual order here. But I'll show the Sky Blue one first, because it's a little less interesting. Yeah, I am not a big fan of Devin Townsend project, like I said. I just, you know, this is really, really cool. I was a big fan of Ziltoid the Omniscient when it came out. Well, not when it came out. I didn't hear about it until a couple years after that. And that was 8 years ago now. 2007 is when the first Ziltoid album came out. So, yeah, this comes with 2 records, both double LP with the gatefold cover. And I do like the gatefolds. That's probably one of my favorite things about these. That's the gatefold for Sky Blue. And Sky Blue is kind of weird. It's sort of like a progressive rock album. Not exactly, yeah, not exactly something I'm into. This is my favorite progressive rock album I've ever heard. That's not saying too much, seeing as how I'm not a fan of progressive rock. But, yeah. Got some neat inner sleeves here, too, which I really enjoy. Lyrics on one side. Got this strange picture on the other. And then on this one you got more lyrics, and you got this even stranger picture on this side. Yeah. Yeah, it's, I don't know, Sky Blue is good. But like I said, you know, this just isn't a genre that I'm too keen on, so it doesn't surprise me that I didn't totally love Sky Blue. But, you know, it's better than what I was expecting it to be, so. But the reason I bought this is for this. This is Dark Matters, or the second Ziltoid album. And if you're not familiar with the first Ziltoid album, then it really doesn't matter too much. I mean, you know, it kind of really, it explains all the characters in this, because it's kind of like listening to a, like a musical or like a play. There's not too many actual songs on this thing, but if you're gonna listen to something from this album, listen to the song March of the Poozers. That fucking song right here. March of the Poozers. That is just absolutely amazing. Right when the song starts, it has this it sounds like marching, and it's absolutely amazing. I fucking love this. It's just so cool. It like I said, it's pretty much just a story about this guy, and it's fucking awesome, and it's hilarious, and I fucking love it. The gatefold here, it's pretty much kind of like the other one, except the other way, you know, they're looking the other way, and this one's got Ziltoid here, and yeah, but it's really, really cool. Again, we got some interesting inner sleeves here. That Ziltoid on that side, which is, yeah, and those lyrics on the other side. And you got Ziltoid again. Now, what I think is cool about this is all the songs sort of have like a little, like, they have like their own little design for each song, and I think it's really cool. Yeah, same with the other side. And also, I never actually got around to buying this on like a CD copy of this, because this actually comes with CDs for both albums, which I thought was really, really nice. I have no idea where the CDs are, though, which is really irresponsible of me, but oh, there's one for Sky Blue. I don't know where the Ziltoid, I don't know where the other one is for Dark Matters, but yeah, these are both really, really cool. Mainly, you know, like I said, I bought this for Sky Blue, or fucking Sky Blue, for Dark Matters. But, you know, either way, it's still worth what I paid for this, because I really, really like the Dark Matters album an awful lot. Yeah, this will probably be the only thing I ever own from Devin Townsend Project. I would buy the first Ziltoid album, but I've never really cared to look for it, quite honestly. But yeah, that's all I'm going to show for this video, because I want to stick to showing like 5 per video, because I really don't want to run out of things to show in these videos. And now I'm not going to be able to get this back in. Oh, my ineptitudes. Oh, okay, here we go. Magnificent. Awesome, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Subscribe if you like it, and until next time, stay tuned and take care.